quickly answer the question one of my followers asked, which is a person that reads and forgets easily, what do we do?
Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Joyce MAMO. If you're new here, you're welcome. On this platform, I film about my music, faith, and lifestyle from Lagos, Nigeria. Yeah, this is another episode on my journey to earning the first class in computer science. And today, I'll be answering a big question. Many people asked me while I was on campus and even after. And it's, how did I manage to be a chapel executive, remain at the top of my class, and still grow my relationship with God while leading others? So, to be honest, it wasn't easy, but it's possible because I'm a living testimony. So let's talk about it. Alright, to my first question, what roles were you balancing at the time on campus? Okay, so during my time in school, I had three major commitments. One, my academics, which was pursuing the first class. Two was my chapel leadership, and as a chapel executive, I was heading the Bible study and the Sunday school team at that time. I was responsible for obviously planning Bible study services, right? Coordinating the teams. And at some point, I was heading some committees. And third thing was my faith and personal growth. You see, you cannot dispense as a Christian if you are not drawing from the well, right? So my relationship with God for me was non-negotiable. It was even basically even the top of the list. I wanted to grow spiritually and actually stay rooted and serve God. Exactly, serve God as a good example, be a good servant of Jesus. So yes, those are the roles. Yes, at some point these roles were overlapping, but I learned to balance them. I just had a way to do them. And we'll talk about it. Don't worry. I'm promising to be very real with you so that you also can learn. Okay, so how did I manage my time? Because to be honest, time is everything. It's in time that you're able to do all these things. First of all, I said this in my last episode that you having a to-do list, you own your 24 hours and you having a to-do list work. It doesn't work all the time. To be honest, sometimes I look at my to-do list and I literally did not follow them all day. Maybe because it's an impromptu meeting, impromptu class, impromptu test. Things might pop up, or okay, you just come to your room and you see someone that wants to see you. Those things are actually not planned in your time. But one thing I did was, every time I had the opportunity to get a hold of my time, I did. So for instance, somebody comes to meet me that, oh, I want to see you, and I'm like, oh, can we meet tomorrow by 3 p.m.? Why? Because at the moment I'm supposed to be doing something, and you coming in would actually disrupts my time. Sometimes I turn down meetings, sometimes I turn down offers because I own my time. And let me share a typical example. When I was in 200 level, I took chapel more than my academics. Now let me explain what I mean by that before somebody tell me, oh, how did I do that? I was cutting my reading time for other things, which at the end of the day showed in my results. So if you want to be able to manage it well, if you're supposed to read for 6 hours and you know that sometimes will take 3 hours, cut remaining 3 hours from your sleep. Literally ensure that you balance it up. And now I know that I'm not the fast reader, right? I don't know how to, like, as some people can read in 1 hour and assimilate in 1 hour. I'm not that kind of person. So if my mates are reading 2 hours, me I should be reading like 6 hours. Know yourself, literally. Do you understand? So manage your time. I lived with schedules. I planned by day, to be honest. I had a book, sometimes I'll plan and replan. But it made me get a hold of my time. Planning, okay, you're doing your morning devotion at this time, you have this time for classes, this time for the chapel, and this time for library. I don't cut my library time. Like, that was literally my best place ever on campus. And then late light readings too. where, okay, my roommates, please wake me up at this time. Beat me if I don't wake me up at this time, because I literally had to like read at that time. Do you understand? Now, another thing I did was to prioritize tasks. You see, ask yourself, what is most urgent at the moment? Is it my exams? Is it my tests? Okay, I have a test coming up tomorrow. Have I read for it? Do I want to go for a service when I know that I'm not ready for this course? Again, you own your 24 hours. Do you understand? Procrastination, that one is a everybody thing. People people procrastinate a whole lot, and one thing I try to do is to ensure I do it now, because one thing I've learned about procrastination is that it doesn't just affect your academics, but affects every other area of your life. So if you're trying to say, oh, I'll do this one later, it will somehow affect your reading time, affect your relationship with God, time that you spend with God, because you think, oh, I can do it later. So try to make rules of handling tasks immediately. As it comes, handle them immediately. For example, if you have an assignment that was given, try and start immediately. Don't waste that extra hours gisting and partying with other people in class when you know that you have quite a number of things to finish. Now to my next segment, which is balancing leadership and academic excellence. How did my leadership responsibility affect my academics? Let me tell you, it was challenging to grow, but being a leader taught me a whole lot. Let me tell you one is discipline. When you are leading others, you tend to work with structure, and kind of that would translate into your academics. I know that I have meetings on Wednesdays, I have prayer meetings Saturday, I have these meetings on these days, and I cannot miss them for anything. So it taught me how to be disciplined. It taught me teamwork. And you see, I learned to delegate task, delegate work to others, which saved me time and to reduce stress. If I know that someone else can do this thing, why then am I stressing myself doing it? Okay, you do this, cut them into smaller things and give other people to do. Then accountability. See, I had accountable team. I had a team I had to be accountable to, my lecturers, myself, and so it kept me more motivated. I had someone that was a father who was more like my father on campus, a lecturer actually, who would help me and tell me, oh, okay, how have you gone? Are you ready for exam? How many percent are you ready for exam? I remember for every exam I wrote in my final year, anytime I go to his office, he'll be like, okay, so what are you going to get? What are you going to get? In my year 2, one of my lecturers asked me after exam that what will you have? And I told him I'm going to have 5 A's and 2 B's. He said, why are you that precise? I said, because I know what I wrote and I know this is what I'm going to get. Do you understand? Have people that you're accountable to, who can do your check and balance for you when you are beginning to lose time of this one. Do you understand? Now, how did I ensure my academics did not suffer? One thing I did, to be honest, was to record. When you see me on earpods, most of the time is me listening to myself. I'm listening to a recording I did on my notes, maybe CMP 409 or so. I was literally recording. I will literally record my notes, me teaching myself, like a lecturer is teaching. I'll record it. So Rejoice, do you understand it this way? If you don't understand, let me take it again. And this was what my dad taught me, and I ran with it too. Record yourself, record it and play. So instead of you spending time and hours listening to lyrics of music, spend time listening to the lyrics of your notes, because that's the way you can get it faster, because you have so many things to do. I can be in a meeting, I put the earbud, okay, this one, I've gotten it. Oh yeah, let's continue meeting. Little time here and there. I am walking from my class to maybe the cafeteria, I have my earbud on, I am gaining something immediately. So for me, recording really helped me. I used every available moment wisely, like I said, and then I maximized groups. I had people that were reading together. At some point, I had to go and get somebody in another level, doing another course, so that we can read together. Because maybe if I'm reading with my classmates, I can be distracted and we can be gisting about something. But then at some point, I had to get somebody in another level and another course, so that I know that this person is reading this course, I'm reading this course, and at the end of the day, we're able to like finish something in 2 hours. So yes, for me, I also learned to communicate with my lecturers. I don't understand this, maybe because I went to a private university, but this is what I don't understand. Is there a note, is there a book, is there an handout I can get that would make me understand better? That also helped me.
Now to my next segment about staying rooted in faith and in leadership. How did I stay spiritually grounded while leading others? First of all, your personal devotion should not be compromised. I've said it earlier that you cannot give what you don't have, you can't dispense what you don't have. So your quiet time first of all, and your personal devotion with God, your constant listening to God should not be jeopardized. I had a president who, before you can give her any information about what the spirit is saying, she has received, she's expecting you also to receive, and that is the capacity you build in leadership. So I had to first of all pray, prioritize my praying, prioritize my reflecting with him and meditating first of all. And as I said, accountability. I had spiritual mentors and peers who kept me grounded, who would pray together. Then one other thing that helps was serving in love. I had the best team ever. I actually worked as an executive in so many levels, but the last one I worked in my 400 level was really, really, we served in love. We served in love. So constantly remind yourself that leadership is not just about you. You are leading others, you're serving others, and you're not just doing them to perform tasks, you're doing it to serve Jesus. Yes. How did my faith help me lead? For me, my faith was my strength. My convictions were wisdom for me, and that's what made me rely on God for directions. And quickly answer the question one of my followers asked, which is a person that reads and forgets easily, what do we do? Now, you've not learned the way of reading, you've not learned the way of meditation. You've not learned the way of meditation, was what I got when I was reading your question. If you learn the way of meditation, spending time. How do you know your name? How did your name stick to you? Over time, people kept calling you that name, right? And that is over time, you kept hearing those words. You kept hearing, this is your reality, this is your reality. The same thing goes with reading and studying. Spend time with it. Don't say you are reading once and then you leave it. No, that is not what active study does. Education is expected to make you learn the rudiment. There's a rudiment, the way you're supposed to read. I don't know if you get my point. Spend time with it. Try reading your notes now. Do maybe read for like 10 minutes, take a break of 5 minutes, come back again, 20 minutes, take a break of 5 minutes, come back again, 30 minutes, go again. At the end of the day, ask yourself questions. Now, another way you can, I think I'll do another video entirely on answering your question. Another way you can read is setting questions. You read, what is my name? My name is Joyce. Write it in a book. What is your name? What is osmosis? Osmosis is this. Write another book. What is osmosis? Do like a mini question and answer for yourself, and take quiz test. You will know where you stand, the things you've not understood yet, and the things you still need to understand. That helps you to gauge where you are, and that helps you to understand. So first of all, understand that studying is different from reading. Studying is you spending time with it, and that is what you're expected to do in university. You're expected to spend time so that you understand. Though you can say time is not enough, but time can never be enough. So while you have the time, learn to study. Again, my answer is you've not learned the proper way of studying. That's why you're finding issue with reading and not assimilate, or reading and forgetting. Do you understand? And I pray that Jesus will help you. But I will do another video literally teaching you guys how to read and what I've learned. Come to the end of today's episode. I have so many other questions, but if you have questions, please drop your questions. I would answer them in episodes. And if you're also there trying to balance multiple roles in your life, I hope that my own journey has helped you. Remember that it's about prioritizing what matters and trusting God literally to guide you in these things that you have prioritized. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, please. Don't forget to subscribe. I use God beg you, please subscribe for more content like this. I would love to also hear your thoughts and your questions in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next episode. Bye for now.